Okay, so I congratulate you all. I'm actually starting this 804. So I think you should not, I think you should celebrate yourself for the journey so far, no matter how the journey went, at least for the fact that you you signed up. That's beautiful. For the fact that you signed up and you were able to go to an extent for those who went for an extent, or you were able to get to the end. And I believe even before you signed up, possibly you thought about it over time, and maybe at some point you even felt that it may not be worth it. But still, all of us have that. Anytime you have anything to do before you always have many choices at any point in time. So whether you do one or the other depends on the prevailing circumstances. So for you to be able to say, okay, instead of using this to go and buy this or buy this, let me use it for this. That alone is something that you should celebrate. Then that you even signed up and you went through the lectures, that even showed up on LinkedIn more than you used to do before. That's another thing to celebrate. So then that we're even able to either write an article or attempt at writing it. That's another thing to celebrate again. So you have so many things to celebrate. The knowledge you gained over the past 14 days, I know it's not where you were. You are no longer where you were. And every added knowledge, you may not know the day it will show up. That's what I normally tell myself. When I learn something new, sometimes I may not even know why. Sometimes I don't even know why I learn some things. Let me put it like that. Then suddenly the need for that thing shows up. And and sometimes I learn some things without even planning what to do with them. Let me say, okay, something like video editing. And I didn't plan to learn video editing this year for any reason. I didn't even know it I could do. Because I've watched a number of people do it, and just looking at the screen makes me feel this. But suddenly, on a normal day that you should say somebody shouldn't even learn this, it was on 1st of January. In fact, I shouldn't even be doing that kind of thing because I was tired. I finished cooking and I was exhausted. I didn't know when I picked my phone. I was trying to rest, but I picked my phone, and the next thing that came to my head was to check up CapCut because I've been seeing CapCut on people's videos. Let me just check it up. I just checked YouTube and I was looking for the shortest video. I think I saw one that was 4 minutes. And I just watched it and left it and forgot it. Then on 4th of January, I went for an event and suddenly it occurred to me that whatever the little video I took there, that I should actually edit it. And that was how I started editing. By then, I didn't even know anything about full fighters and doing video. And of course, I wasn't even planning to ever do video because I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like camera. And suddenly, the need now came. So it wasn't as if I started from scratch. It was something I learned accidentally along the way, and it's very helpful to me now. There are some people that will still do some things and go and get. Although I know I'm not professional in it anyway, but at least now I can cut and join some things and put in some things on a video, which by that as at 31st of December 2024 I couldn't. So I picked up that thing carelessly. That's the way I would say it. But now it's quite helpful. So even if you entered this course clearly, you just bumped into it like that, you may not know what. Maybe there is that huge job that you get tomorrow and you'll be made the head of communications or medical communications or even communications as a whole. And then you build on what you've gotten from here to use it there. So even if you don't go full blown into medical writing, you pick up a number of things that may even help you in scientific writing and other issues anyway. So no knowledge is at least I'm seeing somebody's face. Ayo. So no knowledge is a waste. But then having amassed the knowledge, let me use that language, it's not enough to have knowledge. Knowledge that is not implemented is a waste. Let me use that language again. So you have to put it into practice. And also when you don't practice, you may tend to lose what you've learned. And even if you don't lose it, you may not be refined enough. You have to do something over and over again to get to that point that you get refined in doing that. So don't just, it's not enough to say, I've done this, I've collected the certificate, then you just brandish it and it disappears. It's not enough. Remember what I said when we started, that I will open a number of doors. I believe you've seen all the doors I opened, so many of them. So these are the doors that some of them I opened, some I didn't open. I just showed you the doors. So these are the doors that you have to go and open. The ones I didn't open, then the ones I opened, you have to go inside and see what is there. There are some of those rooms that you have to go in and stay for some time before you understand what is happening. But the good thing is that I've shown you, I've given you direction on what to do and where to get the information. You cannot, no matter how much I talk to you about Lori Demito, why I like talking about her is that she specializes in marketing. For those of you, if you follow that, you understand that no matter how much I talk to you about her or talk to you about marketing, it can't be as good as you getting it from her. So, and I would have maybe done the course in such a way that I would have collected the information from those people without mentioning their names. But it will be of no use to me to do that. So, but I've given you the opportunity to continue to improve on what you've gotten by directly following those people and learning from them directly. Then you also have to continue with LinkedIn. You can't just, I saw a post on LinkedIn, I can't remember who I think I just saved the post, I didn't really read it. You have to develop a routine. You mustn't be coming every day like people like us. At least there should be a routine so that you don't just fizzle out. You may not know who's watching and waiting to probably send some things to you. Sometimes people have to wait till a particular point before they get convinced. Like this morning, I just bumped into one of those DMs from a company and they sent in a proposal for some articles. They've been on LinkedIn for long. So I didn't know what they saw yesterday or whatever they saw. I don't know whether it was my post of this morning that suddenly made them to say, oh yeah, we think it's time. So don't, maybe somebody has been watching and suddenly you fizzle away. The person will look for, there are so many alternatives. The person will look for the other person. So please develop a routine for LinkedIn. Then strategize on how to build your portfolio. I said it the last time. Let it give you let it make you restless if you don't have one. And let that restlessness help you to get one, to have one. So do all you can to build a portfolio using all the platforms I told you, either self-publishing on Medium or volunteering or doing internship. Just build a portfolio or even just writing your drafts on Google Docs and just putting it up there. And let it be that somebody will look and say, oh, this person has done so and so. Maybe let's try this. Your CV is not enough, no matter what you write on your CV. But I've even noticed that sometimes it's even better not to look at CV because having reviewed sometimes people's output, they don't mind the CV at all. That's what this more work I've done with people, I've done with some writers. If you see beautiful, it's as if everybody has a beautiful CV. That's what I've noticed. Beautiful qualifications, certifications up and down, but ask that person to write something. You see problems everywhere. So, and that's where portfolio helps. So people sometimes don't even believe in CVs. That's why you have to build a portfolio. then, like I said, the more you write, the more writing becomes easy for you. Like as I speak here, my post for tomorrow is already scheduled. Because, and some of these things, they just come to my head like that. Just come to my head. Once it comes, I will just write it, and thank God for that scheduling function. So if you run a busy, very busy schedule, like I know tomorrow from around 10 or 9:30 till almost around 4, I won't even have access to my phone. I'll be busy. So I'll put it there, schedule it for 2 p.m. or so. Let it just be there. So even if you have a busy schedule, there's a way you run it and you still be available, sort of. It won't be that at least they will see your post, even though you may not be able to engage immediately. Whenever you now have time, you now come back to engage. So it's better than not being there at all. And the more you write, the more you feel like writing. That's how it happens. And I always tell people also, we call ourselves creators. Everybody's a content creator, this one creator. That word creator actually came from God. God is the original creator. And the Bible says, apart from me, you can do nothing. That statement is very true. Comes from God. Creativity comes from God. I can't separate my creativity from my relationship with God. But when my relationship with God starts going down, my creativity starts dropping. That's what happens. I'm a teacher in a teenage church, and that's what I normally tell the teenagers. You can't detach yourself from God and actually be very creative or even very intelligent. There is a sort of intelligence that comes from God. And even in the creative world, I've also seen that there are so many things I do that just come like that. And people will be wondering, how are you doing this? Even me, I'll be surprised. But I know it comes from God. So that's also an advice I'm dropping for us, because the medical writing space is actually very wide. Even despite all that I've done, when I received like the proposal I received this morning, I had to adjust myself well before I even responded. Because I didn't really completely understand, let me put it like that. Some parts I had to give myself some. In fact, at the point I left it and went to market. When I came back, I continued. So that will tell you how the field is. Sometimes there are some angles of it that you need to continue to understand. And that's why learning continues. Learning continues. So that's my advice to us. Then the can do attitude. I don't know. Some people, I didn't see their exit post. Whether it's, I don't know whether they are afraid of, whether it was the video part of the MP4 that they're afraid of, or I don't know what happened. But always strive to do things, no matter how difficult it is. Like I said, as far as YouTube is there and Google is there, there's no question you cannot answer. I sent something to our group today about YouTube Shorts, because there was a mix up in some things I did. I did some videos over the weekend, and I didn't understand that the orientation of the camera determines what YouTube does with it. So because I kept the phone longitudinal, they just assume that all of them are shorts that are not normal YouTube video. And I was looking for them for the video I scheduled. I didn't see it. I didn't know it was under shorts. And what did I do when I couldn't figure it out? I went to just ChatGPT to ask. I wanted to know what happened. And it was from there I got the message that it was the orientation of the camera that made them to do that. So there's no question you can find on Google now. So don't say I cannot do this, I cannot do this. The answers are there. Just go and find the answers and learn how to do that. Okay, so having said that, I want to hear from us. I said that today I won't talk. So I won't talk much, okay, because I've already talked. So any comments, if you have questions, that should be the last comments first about the course, about your experience. We will still send the feedback form to you. Your certificates, as I'm sending them, you will receive a feedback form as well. And at the same time, we will also send a link, a Canva link. So we are not done with Canva because the testimonial is on Canva. So I will send the link for the testimonial still on Canva. It's still the same principle we've been using anyway. So So I want to hear from us. So if you want to say anything, you raise your hand. Let's see. Who is okay? Okay, Ayo. All right.
All right, thank you. I really, I mean, I really want to thank you for this training. Really, um, to be frank, this is the most consistent I've been, even with responding to regular messages, let alone posting on